PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. Hey, listen, we're really rocking into the first of the year. The first month is behind us. We're already into February. And some of the trends I'm starting to see, tremendous used new car finish last year. I mean, tremendous new car finish last year. Everybody did good well. Hope everybody made the money they wanted to make. But used cars are running. I mean, it's looking like a used car year. New cars are running great, but used cars are up. Been to several dealerships over the last couple of weeks, and they've set records. In fact, I was in a dealership last week that have 4 months in a row records, and the last 2 months have been record upon record of pre-owned. Pre-owned and certified. Make sure your certified mix is up. You know, one of the things we talked about last week was, you know, the technician inspecting the car. And a lot of times, what we don't do is we don't sit down and tell the customer the nuances of the inspection. You know, we say we 160-point inspection on the car. Well, what does that mean? Is it 160 points or the extra 15 that we go through, backup camera, Bluetooth, lane assist, add a couple of things on a truck like a transfer case. Now we're adding even more than 15 because safety sense is coming into play because some of those cars are coming out of track rental. And there's a lot of things that we need to focus on this 160. We could spend the next 4 or 5 weeks just breaking down the 160. But I got my flip chart. You guys are familiar with this. You've seen them in the dealership. Now, some of the things are going to change over the next year. So hopefully we'll come out with these desktop displays again. But take a second with the customer, even if they've already bought the car and they're just waiting to do their paperwork, and just say, just for grins, let's go through some of the stuff that they actually do to the car. It's mind-numbing. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't think that Ed's Used Car Lot or Hertz Car Sales or Avis Car Sales or CarMax is actually doing this. Some of the technology we've got built into Toyotas right now are exclusive Toyota. I can't even imagine if somebody bought a 2-year-old car from Ed's Used Car Lot and they had some kind of problem with Intune. Maybe the problem is just a user. They have no idea how to be able to program their infotainment system. You know, that's really easy for me to say. The information and entertainment system. If I break it down, it's easier. So, you know, they'll say, hey, well, you got to go take it to Toyota and they're going to rip you off. Well, no. You know, Ed's Car Lot's going to charge $100 an hour in labor. Toyota's going to charge $119 an hour in labor. It's what they really should say is, Toyota's not going to rip you off. Toyota's the only person that can fix this car. You really should have bought the car from a Toyota dealership. I'm sorry. And that's my opinion when you're buying a car that has technology. Anyway, let's look at this real quick. So, number one, run and print vehicle history report. Just so everybody's clear on this. The number I've been given from Toyota is we spend about $10 million a year with Carfax. So we supply the Carfax for the customer on a certified car. So it's a $10 million proposition. I don't really think the customer ought to get the Carfax before they ask for it. I mean, this is one of the steps. Make sure the car qualifies under Carfax for a certified car. If it's certified, then we know it qualified because immediately upon registering the car, Toyota pulls a Carfax on the car. They've taken certification off cars before. They go, why did you certify this car? It didn't pass the Carfax. So you know for a fact the car has passed the Carfax. Fantastic. The rest of number one is run a TechStream health check and attach diagnostic report in the dealer file. Not only are we running a full diagnostic on this car, a computer diagnostic of the whole car, that diagnostic is available for the customer to view before they buy the car. This is number one. Just so you know, there's 159 minimum left after we're talking about this. Let me just skip down through here. Let me read some stuff. I love this one right here. ABS operates properly via TechStream Health Check. So, you know, ABS is amazing. ABS has been out there a long time. It keeps the car from locking up so you can steer the car during hard braking if anybody has the ability and driving ability to do that. But that's the minimum thing that ABS does. All of the STAR safety system and virtually all of TSS and TSSP utilize the ABS system to maximize safety. If the ABS system is operating properly, then so is all of the technology. So that's number one and number 10. Notice I skipped some. I'm just randomly picking down here. Let me pick one. Number 12, seat belt condition. I'm going to tell you something right now. Your technicians reel the seat belt out, inspect the seat belt material, and reel it back in. Chances that any technician that's not a Toyota technician doing the 160 at a Toyota dealership has ever reeled out the seat belt and make sure the material was proper. You know, obviously they check the seat belt action too, pre-tensioners, force limiters, all that kind of stuff, but just to check the material. I mean, again, automatic transmission operates properly during cold temperature. Number 15, they make sure that while the car's cold, shifts properly. So they have to drive it until the car warms up, because they also check the transmission and make sure it operates properly during operating temperatures. So that's 15 and 16. So pretty much look the customer in the eye and say, the technician took the car for a test drive. During the test drive, they didn't just go around the block. They physically went through features on the car to make sure they operated properly. So rest assured, there's no risk in this car. There is no risk in this car. Let me skip down. Let me see if I think something was kind of... Okay, so let me get down here, frame and structure and underbody. So let me do 42. Tires inflated to specs. So all tires and spare are checked for inflation levels. Then 43, a minimum of 530 seconds. So if the tires are close to 530 seconds, we're putting new tires on the car. I will promise you, if there's tread left on the tires and you're buying from a second level used car independent dealership, you're not getting tires. You're not getting tires. Tires that are spec'd for the car are $1,000 plus. You get into four-wheel drive trucks, you're talking big money. They're not replacing the tires. So they have to be 530 seconds or more, or they have to be replaced. And then all four tires have to be spec'd out, match a manufacturer-based tire. So all four tires have to match. So I don't know, that's page 1 of your flip chart here. And I could have a conversation with a customer, just a casual conversation about some of the things that your technicians do. This is going to be a year. It's the second month, so I could change my mind. But this is going to be a year where I talk about service, all the fixed operations. If you have body shop, I'm talking about body shop. I'm also going to talk about your parts department. I want every one of you guys to have a brilliant career. As you move from sales through F&I and then into running the dealership as a desk manager, maybe a GSM or a GM, or maybe you get a chance, and there's a chance that you get to buy into a dealership and operate your own store. You will find that the key to making giant money in the business is happy customers that come back to the dealership. That's the most important thing for your dealer, for your general manager, for your general sales manager, and for all the managers in every department. So if it's a big deal for the managers, then it's got to be a giant deal for you. Make sure that all your customers are introduced to service. Not just service, but introduced to service. Have a photo of all the technicians on your desk, and if you know a couple of them personally, just talk about them. Say, these are the guys. It's not faceless. These are the men and women that work in our shop that protect your car. Back to this form real quick as I close out today's session. They may not buy a certified car. They may decide to get a no-risk new car from Toyota, which is a brilliant idea. I had a friend call me today and says, I'm thinking about buying a used Tundra. I said, man, you know what? You drive a lot of miles every single year. Why spend giant money on a 1 or 2 year old Tundra? Just buy a new one. Just buy a new one. Buy a new one, drive it to 200,000 miles, sell it back, and be amazed at the resale value. So you move them to a new car. Or you move them to a Toyota that's got 150,000 miles on it. That's a brilliant car. Nobody ever comes home with a Toyota and somebody in the family goes, oh, that was stupid. You bought a Camry? Everybody goes, wow, you got a Toyota. Those are great cars. They last forever. Every person says that, even the people that have never bought a Toyota. Think about certified. Think about no risk. And let me just throw one more deal at you before I let you go. No risk. If your technician misses something on here, and we discussed last week, they look to find something to replace or repair on every car because we get to flag extra time and they get paid extra money. So they're trying not to miss anything. They want to find something. That's a big deal. If they miss something, and the warranty is set up so that the 336 is gone or it's almost gone, you know we're adding a 112. So if it's 40,000 miles on a certified car, then from the day they take delivery, they get a 1 year, 12,000 mile comprehensive warranty at no charge. If the car's got 8,000 miles on it, well, they get the remainder of the 336, which is more than 12,000. It's good. The powertrain, the expensive stuff, the drive components, the lubricated components of the car. We bumped the powertrain warranty up to 7 years or 100,000 miles from the first day on the road. Good in over 1,400 locations in the United States and Canada, excluding Hawaii. If you drive to Hawaii, your car's not covered. But 49 states and all of Canada. Drive to a Toyota store, they'll take care of you. That is no risk. This has been PK52. I'm on a roll for fixed operations in the brilliance of our technician. Stay with me, and remember, 84% of all people that buy certified cars repeat a purchase of another certified or a brand new Toyota. The Saturday Morning Meeting.